Hi, I removed the old boring escape key from my keyboard and replaced with a 3D printed custom key. This is how I did it. Made a lot of measurements on the removed escape key. For each measured data, I created a user parameter. When all the parameters were added, I created a sketch and sketched up the bottom profile of the key. I used the rectangle and the fillet tools. Then I created an offset plane to the height of the key. And on this offset plane, I created a new sketch for the top profile of the key. Then with the offset tool I made some space for the walls. And then with the loft tool I connected the two profiles. So we ended up with this overall shape. Now I selected the inner profiles and again with the new loft I cut out the middle. Then I selected the top and then extruded downwards to close the profile, to close the key. Okay, so we ended up with this hollow blank. I changed the appearance by applying some ABS plastic and I changed the color to this one. Next I created another offset plane and I will use this plane to slice a small layer from the top. I changed the color of the new object and this is the layer what we will cut out with the shape. Alright, so I create a new sketch for this and I insert an SVG file that I created in Inkscape. Okay, this SVG is quite large so it's not visible, therefore I zoom out a little bit and then move it in place. I also tried to resize it in this dialog but it didn't work as I expected, so I decided to resize the extruded object instead. So now I select the profile and extrude it, and the height doesn't matter, it just have to go over the top of the key. Okay, now I scale the cutting object and place it where I want to cut. Okay, and with the combine tool I cut out the top of the key with this. So here we go. Now we need to connect this somehow to the keyboard. The original keys are connected with this tube-like shape. It has the notch on the top and some bumps on the side, so this is what we will do next. Okay, new sketch, and I sketch up the tube. And with this line I sketch up the half of the notch. Then I will mirror that to the y-axis. Alright, and with the offset tool I create the walls. And we ended up with this profile. Now we can extrude this. And I extrude it all the way up to connect it to the existing object with the join operation, and now I extrude it downwards as much as I measured earlier. Now I create a new sketch and project the sides of the tube, and on the sides I draw this bump. I scale it to the right size. Then I create a construction line which I will use for the mirroring. and I just mirror this shape to the other side as well. Now we have these two profiles which we will extrude, and I use a symmetric extrude and it will come from the middle. So now we have the two bumps, and we just need to print this and the cutout top. So I printed it in red and the top in black, then I glued them together. I did some sanding, applied some nail polish, and here is the custom key.